Hello there and welcome to Cooking with Soyboy with me, Soyboy, also called Callum. Now, as you can see, we're currently undergoing a tremendous heat wave at the moment. The sun is out and I'm all sweaty, uncomfortable, and I smell bad. So with that sort of being the case, I thought I'd make a real nice light meal today. A nice light, spicy chili inside of a baked sweet potato with some creamy stuff on top. So it's going to be really just light, just you can nibble at it, nothing too heavy in your stomach, okay? And then I'm also going to be making a Charlie Chaplin cocktail. So stay tuned for that and let's get cooking.
Well, all right then. So we're going to start with a couple of sweet potatoes, or just one if you're only making one. You want to make sure to stab it full of holes real mean like. This way it'll cook through properly. Then we're going to get a little bowl thing and fill it with some olive oil, just a couple of tablespoons, then a pinch of salt, and then we're going to also add some dried rosemary or dried herbs of some sort. If you got fresh ones, great, but I'm poor, so deal with it. Great. Now I'm just going to mix all of that together, and then we're going to get them sweet potatoes back on the picture. And we're just going to drizzle a bit on top of each one, see, like that. And then we're just going to rub it on in with our hands, all greasy and horrible like. Roll them on over, pour a bit more on top, and then just slather it on. Oh, beautiful. Don't get all oily. Great. Now we're going to put them in the oven for about half an hour at about 180 degrees. Then grab ourselves our two brown onions, chomp them in half, and then chomp them into slices like so. Yep, great. Just keep on chomping. Now this is going to be the basis of our chili here, so we're going to throw it inside of our pan, as you would do. Then we're just going to grab some oil. I'm using sunflower oil here. It's a bit of a neutral flavor. Then we're going to grab our garlic like we always do as well. Like I say, you smash it up to get all the skin off is the easiest way. Just smash it up. There you go. Easy peasy. Go for a second one, third one, done. And now for the final one, just get that palm bend. Oh, shoot. Alright, it went under the oven, so that'll do. Then we're just going to chomp all of these up real fine, and they don't have to be neat or nothing. Just chomp, 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 chomp. Keep on chomping. Love it. Great. And that goes in the pan as well, and we'll put that on a medium, low to medium heat. Whilst that all simmers away, we're going to grab some mushrooms. Like you can see, I'm using some chestnut mushrooms, but you can use whichever you want. I've cut them relatively thick because I want them to be quite meaty and thick and have a lot of flavor in them. So once again, we're going to get them, and now that the onions are starting to be brown, we'll throw them in the pan as well. Grab yourself one red pepper. If you got green pepper, use that as well. I don't mind. And then we're going to chomp it in half. It's quite difficult with one hand, as you can see, but we'll get there in the end. Alright, tear it on open. Beautiful. Right, tear out that horrible little spiky seed hole, and then tear out all the sort of white bits in it as well. And then once again, we're just going to chomp this into slices like we did with the onions, except in this case we're going to chomp them again down the middle, so they're sort of diced almost. Great. Oh yeah, don't forget that one. Great. And then once again, we're going to throw it on in the pan. Fantastic. Now, for this recipe, it really is helpful to have some fresh chives, but unfortunately I didn't actually have any in the shop. They would run out. And then, as you can see, my chives have started growing, but they're too young and small, and I don't want to hurt them whilst they're so small and make it harder for them to grow in future. So we're going to go chiveless, sadly. Whilst we've been looking at the chives, though, we can see our vegetables have been cooking more. Now it's time to add some kidney beans, so just drain out the water. Then add yourself some butter beans, and then finally 1 tin of chopped tomatoes. I'm only using the 1 tin because I don't like that my chili to be too runny, so it will be less runny now with less tomato. As you see, I added some salt, pepper, and some chili powder as well. Add as much chili powder as you like, and then also some chipotle chili flakes. This gives it a bit of smokiness. Finally, we're going to round it off with some mixed herbs just because they help quite a lot. Give that a quick stir and get it going. This next ingredient you may not be able to get, but I'm using a vegan Worcester sauce, or as they say in England, Worcester sauce in it, mate. So you can use some of that if you'd like. Whilst that simmers, let's make ourselves a cocktail, okay? So we're going to make what's called a Charlie Chaplin, named after that quiet actor. We're going to start off with 25 milliliters of lime juice, or 1 shot of lime juice, which, again, like I said in last week's episode, is about 1 lime's worth of juice, funnily enough. Then we're going to add the same amount, an equal amount of sloe gin. As you can see, the ingredients I'm using today I've made myself, all the alcohols, but you can buy all these products. Then we're going to make some apricot brandy. I'm going to add 1 shot again, so all equal parts, just 1 part, 1 part, 1 part. Add yourself some ice and then get shaken. I'd recommend shaking for maybe about 25 seconds really. Grab yourself a nice fancy glass, usually a stemware. This is served up, so without ice in it, and pour it on out. Like you can see, real nice blush color. It's kind of bittersweet in flavor, and quite an interest. It's hard to put my finger on it, but it's just such a nice cocktail. I'd give it a shot if I were you. It's a classic. Great. Now that we ate that delicious cocktail, let's get ready for the main course. So the potatoes is all cooked through, and you test this by putting a knife in it, which is where the origin of the phrase, like a knife through a hot sweet potato, comes from. So then put it on your plate. I cut it into a cross now, like you can see, and then you sort of open it up. Make sure to, if he gets naked, just cover him up again. There you are, that's nice. Grab yourself a ladle full of the chili. Like you can see, it's not very runny. It's quite a dry chili, I call it, but I don't think that's what it's actually called. Then I've grabbed myself some Oatly Creme Fraiche, which is an oat-based sort of sour cream, as it were. And we'll sprinkle that on. At this point is where I would have added the chives. So get some chives on top from here. But otherwise, it's just that simple. Get cooking. Thanks for watching and stay safe. And okay, goodbye.